Hey Milwaukee dog owners, you already know our city has so many great spots for you and your dog. So today we're going to break down how to find the right trainer so you can really enjoy everything MKE has to offer together.
And this, right here, is what it's all about. The goal isn't just getting your dog to sit perfectly in a quiet room. It's about giving them skills that actually work out in the real world, on our busy streets.
All right, so let's first get a clear picture of what we're aiming for. What does life with a well-trained dog here in Milwaukee actually look and feel like? Well, think about it. It's those calm walks on the oak leaf trail where your arm isn't getting pulled off. It's being able to relax on a patio in Bayview while your dog just chills out beside you. It means polite greetings when you're walking through the 3rd Ward and your dog staying totally cool when a city bus rumbles by. Even just handling the busy lakefront or mastering elevator etiquette in your apartment building, these are the real-life wins that good training brings.
Okay, so before you even think about Googling a trainer, the very first thing you have to do is figure out your own goals. Let's get really clear on what you actually want to work on.
So just take a second and ask yourself, what are the top 1 or 2 things that, if they got better, would make the biggest difference? Is it something that happens at home, or is it more of an issue when you're out and about?
And hey, if you're not totally sure, here's some of the most common ones. Maybe it's just the basics, like sit and stay, or you've got a new puppy who needs socialization. For a lot of us in the city, leash pulling is a huge one. Or maybe you're dealing with something a little more complex, like separation anxiety or fearfulness. Just naming your goal is the perfect first step to getting the right help.
And once you know your goal, it makes choosing the right format so much easier. You really want to match the location to the problem. So if the issue is your dog rushing the door every time someone knocks, well, in-home training makes a ton of sense. But if you need your dog to learn to focus around other people and dogs, a group class is the perfect place to practice that.
So, you've figured out your goals, you have an idea of the format. Now for the big part. How do you actually find a qualified professional who can get you there?
Okay, this is a big one. You want to look for trainers who are committed to positive reinforcement. This is the modern and, frankly, the most effective and humane way to train. It's all about rewarding the behaviors you want to see, which is how you build a really strong, trusting bond with your dog.
Now, when you start looking, you're going to see a bunch of acronyms after trainers' names. And yeah, it can look like a bowl of alphabet soup. But these certifications are actually your best clue that a trainer knows their stuff. The industry isn't regulated, so when a trainer goes out and earns one of these, it means they've put in the work to prove their skills.
Just to give you a better idea, let's look at one of the most common ones, the CPDTKA. To get this, a trainer has to log hundreds of hours of actual training experience and pass a pretty tough exam on the science of how animals learn. So yeah, it's a serious credential.
All right, so you've found a few trainers who look promising and have some good credentials. Now it's time to actually talk to them. This is your interview to make sure they're the right person for you and your dog.
And here's a little checklist for that conversation. You'll want to confirm their methods and credentials, of course, but then get specific. Ask about their experience with busy city environments like ours. And it's also really important to ask how you'll track progress and what kind of homework or practice you'll need to do between your sessions. And of course, we've got to talk about the financial side of things. Let's take a look at what you can typically expect to invest in professional dog training right here in Milwaukee. Just having a ballpark idea of the costs will help you plan and figure out which type of training program makes the most sense for you. As you can see, the costs can vary quite a bit. A group class that runs for a few weeks might be a couple $100, while something intensive like a board and train program is a much bigger investment. In-home lesson packages usually land somewhere in the middle. This should give you a pretty good baseline to work from.
So, just to make that a little more real, if you're thinking about a single one-on-one session in your home to work on a specific issue, you can generally expect to pay somewhere in this range for about an hour of a professional's time and expertise.
Hopefully, this gives you a clear path forward in your search. Finding the right trainer really is an investment. A well-trained dog makes every part of living here in Milwaukee better. Every walk, every trim to a patio, and every single day, not just for you, but for your neighbors too. Good luck with everything.